Hello there, day 7 of the lockdown since we started last Thursday. It's now 1st of April, April Fool's Day. Not much April fooling going on though, given the circumstances that we're all facing. Anyway, not a lot to report today. The statistics are that there are 61 cases in total, including probables, which is only 3 more than yesterday, and which was only a few more than the day before that, the day before that, and the day before that. So figures are remaining static. There are now 14 people in hospital, 2 in critical condition and intensive care, and that has remained pretty static as well. So interesting times. The government has extended the state of emergency for an extra 7 days, which gives it the extraordinary powers that it needs, particularly for the civil defence personnel to do their thing. But everything's steady as she goes at the moment, so I suppose that's a good thing. Let's hope it doesn't get any worse. We're still in the fortunate position of still being able to earn an income, and in fact we're working more hours now than we ever did before because we can't get any help. People aren't allowed to move around, so we're doing all the hours ourselves, but between us we're managing okay. That's not a problem. Trying out my selfie stick today with this camera, see if that will give us a bit of a different view on things anyway. Just wandering down to the beach to take the dog for a walk. Hope the image stabilisation is working a bit better today. It was a bit wobbly the other day when I had this thing on my head. Not much more to talk about today. I mean, nothing much has changed. The figures are much the same as they've been all week as far as the coronavirus thing goes. So there's no more cases, but what the government is saying, or the Ministry of Health is saying, is that they're only testing an average of so far 1,700 people a day. They've got the ability to test nearly 4,000 a day, so the question's been asked, why aren't they? So they've gone away and had to think about it, and now they've decided that they're going to broaden the criteria for testing. I think before it was quite narrow. All over the place, aren't I? Before it was quite narrow, and they were only testing people who had really definite signs that they've got the disease. But now they're going to start testing anybody who's got any sort of symptom, like a bit of a cough or a headache or fever or whatever else you get with it. So it's going to be interesting to see just what happens once they start testing more people, whether the number of cases will go up or whether simply there aren't any more cases. So it's going to be interesting next few days, I suppose, or let us know exactly what's going to happen. Hopefully there aren't any more cases, but if in another week there are no more new cases or there's no increase in new cases, it just stays remaining static or remaining steady or even declining, then there's going to have to be another major rethink of where we go from here. Didn't get much done today. It's been sort of a funny day. For some reason we all seem quite tired. Didn't feel like doing much, so simply didn't. Just been lounging around, watching stuff on TV, or Kathy's been doing a jigsaw puzzle, reading a book. I've been mucking around doing a few odd jobs around the house. Very few, I might add. Not much at all. Gosh, I'm walking straight into the sun and it's really bright. I might turn around a bit. That's better. Actually, I should turn around this way so you can have a look at the beach. So that's all for today. That's the end of the report. Stay tuned for it. No, actually don't stay tuned for another report. I'm not sure. This is day 7 today since the lockdown started, and it's probably getting a bit boring. So I think I might just post up a video every few days, or even maybe just once a week from now on, just to see what's going to happen. So I just thought now would be a good time to just go and have a look at the websites and have a look at the official figures, just to see exactly what is going on, since this is the wind up for the week. And as I said just a minute ago, probably won't be doing daily videos from now on. It's getting a bit monotonous, a bit boring. So unless there's something exciting happens, I'll just do reports as and when needed. But anyway, let's just have a look at these figures. So as you can see, we've got the screen here of the latest COVID-19 lockdown things, that information that came from the Prime Minister today, and she was saying that New Zealanders in their 20s are at the age group with the biggest numbers of COVID-19 and the vector for transmission. She also says here that if the virus was to spread in the community, present but not yet seen, then the worst thing we could do is be relaxed or too complacent and allow a silent spread. Now that's all well and good, that's fine, but we haven't seen it yet. The levels are quite static at the moment, and we haven't really seen it. There are clusters in the country, like the Matamata and Maris clusters that they've identified here. There's quite a few people been identified there, but they're on top of that, so they know who those people are, and obviously they've been tracking the contacts of those people, so we might see some changes there. But other than that, we're not seeing a lot of changes. Now if we go to another site, this is the Ministry of Health site, just showing the current situation. 708 confirmed cases at the moment, and that includes some probable cases as well. There were 58 yesterday and only 61 today, so that's also remaining static. So not a lot else is happening there. 16 people in hospital altogether. Where does it say that? Somewhere here it says, here we are, here are the hospital people. You've got all these people here that are in hospital, 2 are in ICU. In Tauranga City, where we live, 1 person in hospital, and I don't know, it doesn't say how many others are in the have been around. However, what is interesting is that the community transmission is only 1%. Yeah, see, community transmission is 1%. Strong links to overseas travel, 51%. As well as links into confirmed cases within New Zealand, 30% there. So, yeah, it's just confirming that things are pretty static at the moment. So, what the government's done now is that they've decided to go, oh, it's the wrong screen, they've decided to increase the amount of testing that they're doing. It might have been that one actually. Might have been that screen there. Yeah, that they're going to increase the number of testing. Like, we've only been averaging about 1,700 tests a day, but they've got the capacity to do about 3,700 tests a day, and they're trying to ramp that up to 5,000 a day. Here we go. We hope to lift the test capacity to 5,000 a day, up from the 3,700 currently. Average of 1,843 tests being carried out at the moment. So the only way they can do that is to change the criteria of the people they test, because the ones that are presenting with the most obvious symptoms are turning up negative. So that is happening at the moment. So there you go, end of day 7, end of the first week of the lockdown. And I think everyone's sort of settling into the routine of things now. Apparently the supermarket was steady today, but not super busy. Very easy to get around. People are very nice, very friendly, very helpful, especially the staff at the supermarkets. Thank you very much for your service, all you guys, and all the health professionals as well. Fantastic job going on there. Many thanks. And as they say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, to say it correctly, because we're not getting any massive increase in new cases. Things are fairly static, so let's just hope it remains the same and in fact starts to decrease. Thanks very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment or subscribe as you wish. That would be really good, really helpful for the channel. And we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.